Hey, sir. How are you, brother?
If you're not familiar with Trentino, you're going to learn all that it has. For a place that is only 2,300 square miles, which is smaller than Yellowstone, it is filled with so much. And honestly, we could be here talking all evening, but we also want to be drinking some exceptional wine and eating some delicious things and talking further, which we will be doing more of, and we can answer additional questions after we give this presentation. So my name is Amanda Hathaway. Thank you all for joining. I'm going to be just moderating, and I want to introduce you to two members of the trade marketing, the Tourism Bureau for Trentino. So Elisabetta Guterer and Valentina Capio. And also to thank Francesco from Italy's Tourism Bureau.
Not enough practice, not enough practice. Let's do it again. I want to thank Francesco Brazzini from the Italian Tourism Board.
Hey! Bravo! Bravo!
Would you like to say something? Yes. Thank you for coming.
So after we do this presentation, you'll get an opportunity to ask lots of questions and also to find out how to get to visit there. So thank you, members of the media and creators that have joined us. You'll be asking of Elisabetta and Valentina those questions. But to get you to Trentino, there's a video here so you can get to see its beauty.
Yes, sure. First of all, sorry, I also have the clicker. So first of all, have you noticed that on the Trentino logo there is a butterfly? Do you know why there is a butterfly in the Trentino logo? It's because Trentino is a butterfly-shaped region in the northeast of Italy. And where we are, as I said, in the northeast of Italy, and also very close to the other iconic cities in Italy, such as Venice, for example, or Verona, the city of Romeo and Juliet, or Milan. It works. Yeah, and being close also to this city, it means that it's also close to the main airports in the north of Italy, and of course, it's also very well connected because Milan and Venice, for example, they do have many flights from Italy to New York. All the main airlines, they fly to the region. For example, American Airlines, Delta Airlines, United, KLM, British Airways, you name it. So it's easily accessible and close to many interesting cities. And what's so special about the region is that, you know, it's a small region compared to the US. You've got so, you know, your spaces are so big. It's a small region, but its diversity is special. Just think that you wander from the Mediterranean climate and the, it's like being in a Riviera when you're in Lake Garda, up to the mountains and to the pine forests in the Dolomites and in the mountains. So it's from 0 to 10,000 feet in just, 40 miles. I think it's the same distance from JFK to Central Park and back, but with less traffic and probably more diversity. Then, Valentina. Yes, we do have this complicated thing to say.
Yeah, we mentioned the Dolomites. Have you heard about it?
Yes.
Our body weight, which is true. A long time ago, let's say 280 million years ago, there was the sea, and it was a tropical sea. It was very warm, and then these pinnacles came up. And every time, I'm not from Trentino, I'm from Naples, and every time I walk in the Dolomites, I really got that emotion. Because it's not easy to convey here the message of the emotions that you feel when you have there, and you should really come and visit, to be honest with you. But it's amazing, and it's special because it's really, truly beautiful. You've seen the video. And it's quite unusual. There is nothing else in the Alps, probably there is nothing else in the world. And it's so true that on the 26th of June of 2009, Dolomites got the UNESCO World Heritage nomination. So it's like walking in a barrier reef, and today you can still find fossils in it. So it is really true. And the minerals in the Dolomites give this fantastic color. They're called pale mountains because the color is quite pale, but then it changes throughout the day, and it gets to the best at sunset or dawn, and it gets like pinkish, from orange, pinkish, and gold, and it's called Alpine Glow. So you really should come and visit it. The Dolomites are quite a world, and the good thing is that people live there, okay? So when you come and hike in Dolomites, you meet local people that actually take care of the mountains, and that's one of the best parts of the story, to be honest with you.
Yeah, now you can see a big picture.
And it's a green, as I said, people take care of the Dolomites, people take care of the environment in Trentino, and it's one of the best cases in Italy. I'm not going to give you too many numbers, but a few. I think it's important. We have about 300 lakes. Alpine lakes mostly, but we also have lakes where you can swim. So Elisabetta was mentioning them about beforehand. So Lake Garda is one example, and you have olive trees and lemon trees in Lake Garda. So it's really like being in the Mediterranean. And then you have all these mountains around. So we move from the water to the woods. And if you think about it, more than 60% of our land is covered by woods and forests. And we have 500 million trees, which is about 1,000 per person. So every person in Trentino has about 1,000 trees. So it's quite amazing. Elisabetta always said, who counted them? But somebody did, so yes, believe us.
I always ask myself, but who counted them? To say that we've got 500 million trees.
So Trentino is basically a nature park. We have 3 nature parks, and they are the oldest in Italy. And 30, so that means that we actually protect the environment. So 30% of the land is under environmental protection. But nature parks also means that, yeah, they do take care of the landscape and environment, but they also educate people when they come and visit. So we have visitor centers that do education activities. We actually encourage mobility, like green mobility, so free shuttles, for example, or e-bikes, and we do loads of activities within the parks. Looking for animals, we have more than 1,000 animal species and more than 2,000 plant species. So that's a bit of numbers, just to give you an overview of what we have in Trentino. And now I think Elisabetta will tell us about the Italian touch, because yes, we are in Italy.
Yeah, I mean, what's so special about Trentino? Trentino is where the Mediterranean meets the Alps, and it's a totally Italian region, but with a tiny bit, with a splash of Germanic culture. Because you may not know, but until the First World War, Trentino was part of the Austrian Empire. And, you know, we've got the Italians there, but a bit of the Germanic organization, infrastructures, and facilities. And so that's what we are proud of. Do you all know the movie The Sound of Music?
Of course.
Yes. It's like The Sound of Music, but it's Italian. And the cowbells, they sound Italian. As you can see, this is Trento, this is our capital city, and you can see that it's totally Italian. But there's that, you know, kind of Germanic influence, as you can see. And of course, as Valentina was saying, Trentino is dotted with 300 lakes where you can, you know, swim, do sports, just relax, you know, with an aperitif in your hands. And they range from the crystal pools in the Alps to the vast expanse of water of Lake Garda. And what's so unique of Lake Garda, you can see the contrast between the Mediterranean environment and climate. You may think that in the northern tip of Lake Garda, the most, let's say, the northernmost extra virgin olive oil in the whole of Europe is produced. So the contrast between that Mediterranean climate and the mountains that sharply drop into its blue waters is just stunning and really unexpected. And they're blue because it's very deep. And in addition to that, every day at the same time, the winds blow along its water. And I will ask our friend Oscar to join us on stage.
Oscar is joining us here from the Tourism Bureau for Lake Garda, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what makes Lake Garda so special and really a remarkable place.
I fully agree. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if gendering is also such a big issue in the States like it's actually in Europe. Thanks for having us this evening. I really love your city. We just started to talk about Lake Garda. I can confirm we arrived, or we left yesterday morning, this unique place. So we have this alpine context with Mediterranean joie de vivre, and all this in the Italian dolce vita style. I'm pretty sure you heard about what dolce vita is. It's quite unique, and we're just a stone throw away from the Dolomites, which is UNESCO World Heritage. But I think, and I'm really appreciating that so many of you are here this evening, but I think we have to talk, because I was chatting already yesterday with some of you, and even before this presentation, and I wonder why so many of you all know Lake Como. Maggiore, Lake Maggiore. And I was wondering, is it because George had once a coffee there? I was really wondering, because Lake Garda is not only the biggest lake, it's not only the biggest sweetwater reservoir of Italy, but it's unique. It's even the most beautiful lake, okay? And it's unique especially in the northern part, in the Trentino part, because Alps and a lake, which is considered as a big, almost ocean. When we look around, what people are doing there, we have all this variety of outdoor sports there. We have main events. We are hosting main events. We just hosted 1 month ago the Europe's biggest outdoor fair, the Bike Festival. More than 350 brands from all over the world are coming to this place, 70,000 visitors, to celebrate everything which is around biking. We are having more than 200 days a year of international regattas. We are hosting more than 60 nations across the year. People from all over the world, all different classes, go there for sailing, for competition. Next year, we are very honored that we will host for the first time the Youth World Championship. It's the first time they are taking place in Italy. And all this happens really in a very concentrated place. I could go on and go on. We are hosting also the main climbing event with Rockmaster, but I don't want to bother you. So I'm really looking forward after this presentation to socialize with you and make sure that we all know Lake Garda. Thank you.
Thank you, also. Thank you so much. Right. Okay, so we've seen water sports, of course, and this is one of the things we can do in Trentino. Of course, outdoor is a main part. This is one of the biggest holiday drivers, one of the most important reasons why people come to Trentino. And I think also one of the biggest reasons why people live in Trentino, to be honest with you. So, yeah, what we can do in Trentino besides motorsports? We have more than 1,000 marked trails, so of course we can do hiking and trekking. We have more than 12 cycling routes, and we have more than 5,000 miles of mountain biking trails. We also have bike parks. You can do beer ferratas in the Dolomites. You can do climbing, you can do fishing. We were talking about with Sebastian about fly fishing before, so we have beautiful rivers and of course lakes. And then there are a lot of nice, well, if you are into the first times actually, you can do rafting, you can do canoeing. So there is something for everybody. If you like slow pace, you can go for a Camino, which is a spiritual long trail, and you can stop overnight along the way and meet people and just eat good food. Or you have Tonga, for example, which is a cycling route. Again, you can stop overnight and you go from the Dolomites to Garda, and it's a marked trail. Or you have the Peace Trail, which is about 200 miles of trail along the Great War places. So you have fortresses and you have museums dedicated to the Great War. So you just hike, and along the way you meet historical places and a flavour of what Trentino was a long time ago. So of course the outdoors play a big role in Trentino.
I understand also that the locals love to tell stories along the way, so we know all those trails.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is one of the big. Well, if you do the long trails or also small hikes, actually, you always. The thing is that Trentino is not as wild as, I don't know, Canada. So people live in the mountains. So wherever you go, you can meet the locals and you can talk to them and you can actually understand what living in the mountains means and what living in the nature means. And maybe, this mixture of cultures and emotions and stories is the biggest value. But anyway, outdoor is not the only reason why I should come to Trentino. We also have, it is a modern territory and also a lot of nature, but deeply rooted in the past, as the title says. So we have lots of cultural places to see. We have more than 90 museums. Small museums about local traditions, but also iconic museums. We have two of the biggest in the main cities, Trentino and Loreto. We have MAR, this is our the one in the picture is our modern art museum. And we also, big artists like Giotto, for example, or Klimt. Nowadays, we have Klimt at MAR. Or we have MUSE, which is our science museum, and it's designed by the architect Renzo Piano, and